The key point here is that we do monitor all our projects using satellite-derived indicators and remote soil organic carbon models to try to kind of track lead indicators for that sequestration of carbon in the soil. So we put all of our projects across the portfolio through this annual review process to look at these lead indicators, which allows us to determine whether we feel there is the potential to go out, do the physical sampling and measure an increase in soil organic carbon stocks. So if these indicators are positive, we'll mobilise our field teams, send them out, we'll redo that measurement round, and that measurement round's done exactly the same way as we do that baseline sampling round. All the samples go up to the laboratory for analysis. And then we do the calculations to calculate the change in that carbon stock between your baseline sampling round and that subsequent sampling round. So this sampling can occur as soon as 12 months after your baseline sampling round, but we do have an obligation under the regulations that we do resample all of our projects at least once every 5 years. But through use of these remote models, through this annual review process, it means that we're not waiting 5 years potentially to sample these projects if those indicators are good. We'll go and sample at a higher cadence, really with a view to getting that AccuFlow on these projects through quicker, provided that implementation of the eligible activities for building that carbon in soil have taken place throughout that project period. Also important to call out there too that under our model, all those subsequent sampling costs are covered under AgriPro's fee, so there's no additional cost in terms of that higher cadence of sampling throughout the project life cycle. So all going well, we go out, we do that resampling, we measure that increase in the soil organic carbon stocks. It's really what's termed the creditable sequestration in the diagram on this slide. So once we've got that increase, we do a series of validations at our end to make sure we're confident that we've measured that increase. And then that basically allows us then to proceed into the offsets reporting and crediting process. So a few key call outs there in terms of how that works. So just to explain what that diagram on the right-hand side of this slide is showing, if we come back after 12 months, we measure that creditable sequestration, all good, we proceed, we go through the reporting and crediting process, have credits issued to that project. Then if we come back in another 12 months, so at year 2, and the carbon stocks have actually dipped below what they were in that previous year, all that means at that point in time is that we don't report on that project, we don't apply for credits at that point in time. There's no requirement for anything to be relinquished at that stage. And then as per this diagram, if we then come back again in the following year, resample, and we measure an increase in that stock again, and that increase in that stock is above that previous high watermark, that's when we can go back and apply for credits once again. So it really works on this high watermark concept in terms of always making sure that we're getting those carbon stocks above that previous high point before we go ahead and apply for credits for an individual project.